So hello once again. So as you can see, today we will be doing a ladies high heel shoe mock-up. So to download the PSD file of this mock-up, this particular mock-up, you can go and check out the link given in the description box below. And to get the other PSD files of the mock-ups that we have done in the previous videos, you can check the description box below too, because I have listed all of them for you all. So now let's start. By pressing Ctrl+, we will zoom in the picture, and then we will take the pen tool and select these points roughly. Select the shoe. As you know, the pen tool doesn't really select the curves. We will just leave them. Later on, we will select the curves with the Add Anchor Point tool and make them prominent. With the pen tool, we'll just make a rough outline of the shoe. Yes. Then take the Now, once you are done, always make sure that you finish in the point that you have started. And then, once you have the outline, now take Add Anchor Point tool. And then create points, add as many points as you need, and then select the points and make the curves very prominent. This should be a fine selection, because or else if you have any points extra, any part, that it will not look that good. And for high heels, the structure matters a lot. You have to make sure that you have not selected any parts extra nor any less parts. Alright, you cannot miss any parts, you can do extra. So be very careful while you do the selection. Now, as I'm doing it, let me remind you one more time that you can download all the PSD files of the mockups that we have done so far from the description box below. There are the links provided, and you can check out our channel for specific mockups that you want, or if we have not done it or covered it so far yet, then you can drop down the request. Alright. And these are all free of cost, so no worries. Now, as you can see that the shoe we have taken is done with the selection. I'm done with it. Now we'll have to select the inner part of the shoe one more time, again with the pen tool. We will select the inner part of the shoe. As you can see very carefully and observe the outer part that we have. We're just taking it some extra part, so that doesn't really matter. When you're taking the extra parts from the outside, it will get masked later. Then take Add Anchor Point tool and select the inner part properly. Make the curves prominent. As you can see, the extra part that is left outside, it doesn't really matter. We later can mask it on. As you can see, I will explain it later. So as you can see, as you can see that we have already two shapes ready. Now the inner part has some extra parts in it, right? So first we'll select this part by pressing Ctrl, and then the whole shoe that we have selected, that is the prominent selection, right? So then by pressing mask, we'll select that part, and then we will go and select the inverse selection from the upper part. Now we will be pressing Ctrl and backspace, and as you can see, the extra parts that we had will be deleted. Alright, and then again pressing Ctrl, press select the masking part from on the upper layer too, and then select another color. We will be taking red, and as you can see, we want to cut out the black part from the inner part. So let's do that. We will press on the mask of the black part, and then we will press on the whole shoe layer, and then we'll be pressing Ctrl and backspace. So the red part will be deleted and the black part will only be visible. Now, this is a very tricky part. You can observe the screen very nicely. Alright, you can slow the video down and see. Then draw a rectangle tool, and by pressing right, increase the opacity and then convert it to smart object. Then pressing Ctrl, and by selecting the masking part, it will be masked and the whole shoe will be in the same size. I mean, the smart object will be in the same size of the shoe. And then we can just change the colors if you want to from the inner part. We have deleted the other shapes that we don't need anymore, previous two shapes. And now you can just rename the layers according to your preferences, and then we will highlight them just so it is understandable that those are editable. And then now you can just place your design on the smart object. We have already selected a pattern. We'll just drag and drop it down. Now press Ctrl Shift and press on the Ctrl J on the background layer. So then you will get two more copies of it in the similar process. Now rename them as light, midtone and shadow. Then for shadow, make it linear burn, like it would be screen, and midtone it would linear towards add. Alright, and by pressing Ctrl L, you can just adjust the levels a little. As I told you, the light will be screen, and again Ctrl L and then adjust the points. So as you can see, the texture is there in the shoe. There is a glossiness in our shoe, the high heel. So that's it for today. I hope you have understood the whole video, and if you have any problem or any query, please feel free to drop a comment in the comment section, or you can contact me personally by dropping a mail. The mail ID will also be given in the description or my bio. Thanks for watching. Yeah, have a great weekend.